Welcome back. You're watching Editors Roundtable. We're in the newsroom and Rahul is here with us. We spoke about consumer, we spoke about CEO change at banks, etc. But what about HUL? Like, that was a big news exactly a week back. Java out in 2 years. Leena Nair is in, and there was also one in Arvind Fashions this week.
Women.
Oh, yeah?
That's, a good thing to see.
And she's turned around Levi's. She was at ex-McKinsey.
Absolutely. No, I think, of course, in Lever, it's a homegrown talent. And I think people were expecting that she would be the successor whenever Rohit would move out. Again, goes back to the point I was making. Lever is not a cheap stock at all for the kind of volume growth. I think the point here, Rima, is a lot of these guys will have to give up margins for growth. I don't think Lever today, if we're sitting and even looking 5 years out, can Lever's margins go from 24 to 30%? It's practically, it's not possible. But unfortunately, what's happening is Lever is mainly soaps, detergents, those kind of things, where the penetration levels are so high. You're already at 90-95% penetration. I mean, what are you going to grow? The only thing that you can possibly do is increase the frequency of that consumption. A. B. You premiumize. What has Colgate's biggest challenge been? That almost 80-85% of India still brushes once a day. They don't even, so they can keep launching products, but, they're like, and very few of them.
Brush twice a day campaign.
I mean, something
they've been campaigning this for the last 10 years now.
So you either increase the frequency of consumption, and which is why rural is so important, right?
Twice a week, twice a day, right?
The reason people talk about rural consumption so much.
And some
is actually because of velocity of consumption, right? Like in urban India, when you get your salary, you save, you decide allocation. In rural, yahan se aaya, yahan kharch ho gaya. That
but Rahul, for a lever, what we've heard in Priya Nair, also the incoming CEO, the focus has been beauty. And that is the segment which is
premiumization, right? That's the point.
But it's a newer segment in the sense. I mean, all this stuff for both men and women, which is
Agreed,
which is growing very fast.
See, the other thing also,
they acquired this brand, right? Recently. Minimalist.
Minimalist. Yes. So I see the entire story right now on consumption in India, if you want to play through a stock market perspective, is premiumization. And whether that is in auto, whether that is in real estate, whether that is in, outright consumer staples. I think even if you look at alcohol players, the P&A, which is the prestige or, the premium section, is far outperforming the mass. You can take a look at footwear as well. I mean, if you speak to a Bata, they'll tell you that their price points above 1,000, 2,000 are doing pretty well. They're struggling at 500 and below. So that's been the bit of a challenge. And I think till you don't have a situation where, if you're not going to choose, like if you don't give up on margins, I think growth is going to be very challenging. But I think Priya is the right person for the job. She's been homegrown. I don't know too much about the lady who's taken over at Arvind, but I think, it was one of my darling stocks for the longest time.
I'll squeeze in one last question, completely unrelated. Sona, BLW, do you cover it?
We used to, yeah.
Because we reported, Vivek and Parishad reported that they're going to tie up with BYD.
Yes.
So they already have Tesla as a consumer. They've never, I think, acknowledged it, but I think Tesla is a customer. So two of the largest EV brands in the world. And probably down the line, apparently, they're going to set up a factory in China as well.
Wow.
So this seems like a pretty large deal in that sense.
Okay. No, we used to track it, not actively anymore. But, I mean, I know Vivek is a fantastic entrepreneur, but, not so much of a view on that, unfortunately.
Okay, well, that brings us to a close in this edition of Editors Roundtable. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned to CNBC TV 18 for more news and updates. Goodbye.